All right, so this is just a view of setting up the locations of the bulwark framing, which are really the ends of the hull frames, I guess. There's a lot of them. So I just clamped my ruler in over the center line. And it just came off with a square every half inch, starting from, I started from here. Payson says in his book that it starts from the end of the rear bulwark every half inch, so we'll see how that works out. That's the next thing I gotta make is the bulwark, I guess. I had to do the bulwark first. Then I'll start these here, which have the flare of this hull. They're gonna have to be, I think I'm gonna drill. I made oak 1/8 by 1/8 pieces. And I think if I just drill, first I'll start with a 16th hole and then maybe open it up to an 1/8 and then just sand this round so it can go in the hole. Hopefully that will hold the bulwark. Maybe I'll do every third one up in this area where there's a lot of flare. So that's it for now. Okay, so I have put one in. We'll see how. I know it's just very time consuming. I drilled a bunch of holes. Here's attempting to follow the flare of the hull. That's all by eye, of course. And if I really miss on one, I'll just skip to drill another hole in the next location, because I'm skipping, like I'm doing it every third one or something. And then I have made this out of pine from his template. And I guess I'll just let the side bulwark in there. Make a notch for that. I've got to get some white paint. I'm going to do this with a brush. I sprayed the hull with a rattle can, but it's just too much masking, and I think I can cut this line in by hand pretty well with a brush, and this has got to be painted before I go any further. I mean, the inside of this has got to be painted before I go any further. So that's it for today. Okay, so I've got 4 of these things in. And this one here, I think I'm going to have to redo. And I've been just doing it by eye. I think I'm going to start using something like this. And that will help me estimate the angle when I'm drilling. I use these to drill. I have 3 sizes. I start with a 16th, and then I go up to a little larger, and then the final one is basically 100 thou. So it's smaller than an 1/8. But I think this is going to work. I think it's going to be a good way to get this bulkhead on. because of the getting, establishing the angle for the flare. So that's it for today. I do have to say that once it gets colder here, progress is going to slow way down, because that's what I'm using to warm this place, that wood stove. And when it gets really cold, I don't think I'm going to be out here much. All right, so it's Friday, November 11, and I have completed these posts, and the next step is going to be to put this rear piece in, which that's going to be a while, because I'm using brush on paint. It takes forever to dry, but I want to paint the inside white, and then I guess I'll just run one line of tape off around the deck here, and I'll be able to paint the thing with just using a brush, and the hull to continue with that. I mean, I used brush paint on the for the bottom, and it works fine. Just have to do a little sanding. The main problem with it, I find, is how long it takes to dry. Requires a lot of patience. You can basically do one coat per day, so that slows things way down. But in the meantime, I think I can start working on working on these hatches and the wheelhouse. While I'm waiting for stuff to dry. All right, so that's it for today.